على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق. الله عليك
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum, and a very good night and good session to all of us. Thank you for joining once again in this program, How is Your Tajwid? And Alhamdulillah, we have reached to the final session, the final series of this program, which is a series number 14. And the title will be Significant Signs and Symbols in Al-Quran for us to learn. So before we begin our session, let us recite Fatihah to gain barakah for this session. Alhamdulillah, I think for the past 1 year, for the past 12 months, we have conducted this amazing 14 series. Initially, I thought that it's quite impossible to conduct this program, especially during outside office hours, and also to discuss on the Hukum Tajwid in the platform of English language. Yeah, I think 90% of our discussion will be in English, already in English language. And I feel that it's an amazing journey for me and also Brother Idlan. It's quite sad for me actually to conduct this session tonight, as this is the last session. But I think retrospectively and prospectively, I can see that this is one of a program that can stimulate another subsequent similar program in future, inshallah, by IOHK, related with Al-Quran recitation, either in terms of Taranum, in terms of Tajweed, and also another program that can be generated from recitation of Al-Quran session. I do believe that after realizing about all the hukum, starting from hukum Nun Sakinah, Tanween, hukum Mad, hukum Mim Sakinah, as well as Qalqalah, we do realize that basically there are certain signs and symbols and landmarks on the pages of Al-Quran that sometimes we know and sometimes we're not sure what is the meaning of that small symbols. Sometimes at the end of a verse, sometimes at the middle of the verse. And I would like to admit myself that I sometimes also forgot what actually the meaning of that symbols and sign. And I just read as usual, which I feel that the other person similar to me reading that verses without realizing what is the meaning of that symbols. In order for us to recap and also to improve our understanding of the symbols and signs, again tonight for the last series, I would like to invite the one and only of Tajwid Shadow for this program, Brother Idlan. Brother Idlan, thank you very much.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you to Dr. Shaiful for conducting this program.
We're wearing the same color,
And
Idlan.
Same
color. Tonight, same color of the shirt. Yeah, red in color.
Red in color. Last session. Okay, so before we continue with the topics, if we can look back what we have discussed before. We discussed on the hukum of Nun, and then hukum of Mim, and also hukum of Mat. So actually, like what we know, Tajwid is important for us to learn and remember and understand, because it is actually because we read Al-Quran every day, but if we do not learn Tajwid, so actually there will be what mistake we'll do. So because maybe this is the last session, so I would say that uh, what we learn is not enough for us to master how to read Al-Quran, because we just learn the theory, how we read it, how we read it. So for us to master uh, the Quran recitation, so actually we need to have like one teacher that we can recite in front of them, and uh, the teacher will correct our like what we call which part is wrong. So because actually maybe when we learn in theory part, also we can look in general aspect. But actually in Al-Quran there is, even for one hukum, there actually like some differences in like in different surah, different ayah. So that's why I said that what we learn is actually not enough for us to master. And maybe after this, we need to have like one teacher that we can recite in front of them, like maybe one page every day, one page per day, and that's when we can see uh, what we have learned and we can apply it. Okay, so for actually we will actually this part is about the wakaf sign. The wakaf mean stop. So uh, actually about wakaf, so I will share first. Share screen. So hope everyone can see it. Okay, so it is what I said just now. Uh, After this, hope we try to find at least one teacher that we can read in front of them. So we will understand better and we will learn better how to read Al-Quran correctly. What you call like talaki. Yes, talaki. Okay, so for the last session, we learn about wakaf sign in Quran. So actually about wakaf is quite a lot of principle actually, but this part is one part of the principle lah, which is we will learn about this sign, what is the meaning of behind the each sign, because actually we also can stop in we actually can stop in the middle of the ayah even though there is no sign. So actually there is other principles how to stop it. And if you guys want to search it, it is called as wakaf and ibtida. So I will not cover in this session because it is quite long and I'm not the quite master about it. So I will just share about the wakaf sign in Quran. Okay, so wakaf means stop. And in Quran, wakaf mean that when we stop and we take a new breath to continue recitation. So there are some sign that help us to stop in the middle of the verse. Okay, so we can see there is 7 sign here. Which is first the sign mim, or we call as wakaf lazim. The sign lam alif, we call wakaf mamnu. Mamnu mean prohibited. Mamnu, prohibited. Jim sign called jais. Jais mean that it is, in Malay we call harus. Okay. And then sod lam ya, Okay, Sod Lam Ya actually is what we call, actually it's come from the Wasal Aula. Wasal Aula mean continue is better. So it is shortened as Sod Lam Ya, or also we call it as Wakaf Hasan. And Qaf Lam Ya actually come from the Al-Waqaf Al-Aula, which means that we stop is better. It is quite opposite from the Sod Lam Ya, which is continue is better. Or Qaf Lam Ya is stop is better. Waqaf means stop. Aula mean better. So Qaf Lam Ya, Al-Waqaf Al-Aula, which means that Waqaf is better. And then the next one is Waqaf Ta'annu. Waqaf Ta'annu actually even in the second verse of the Al-Baqarah, the series, Waqaf Ta'annu, there is like three dot sign. And then the last one is Saktah. Okay. So for the Saktah is there is like pause when we read it. Okay, I think I will explain it better with the example. Okay, for the Waqaf Ta'annu, actually usually they have three dots and at two different place. So for this one, we need to, we can only, the principle is we can only stop at either one. For example, like if we choose the first three dot, so the next three dot we cannot stop. And also, and if we choose the second three dot, so we shouldn't stop at the first three dot, or we didn't stop at all. Okay, so I will explain in detail with the example. Okay, so first we go to the meme sign, or we call it Wakaf Lazim. Actually, for me, the name like Wakaf Lazim, Wakaf Hasan, actually for us, maybe it's not that important because we want to actually, that part is for like those who learn in uh, high institution, or that learn in detail lah about this part. So for us, we just want to remember the sign and what is the meaning behind it. Okay, so firstly is for meme. Meme mean that we must stop. So for example, like Auzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. So we look for the first example. Okay, we look for the first example. فلا يحزنك قولهم إنا نعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون. So let we stop there and we continue with the next verse. And then also for this one, وأما الذين كفروا فيقولون ماذا أراد الله بهذا مثلا يضل به كثيرا ويهدي به كثيرا وما يضل به إلا الفاسقين. Okay, so that's the first one is must stop. Some people ask, what happened if we continue? It is a sin if we continue. So the answer is uh, it is not a sin if we continue. But actually in Quran, like uh, okay, actually why there is the, like we call some sign to show us where we should stop, where is better to continue. So actually it's related to the meaning of the verse itself. So which means that for example, we can say that if it say that we must stop there, so which means that if we stop there, so that's when the actually the meaning is uh become more accurate, become more better. So like for example, we stop here and we continue. So the meaning, when we see the meaning of the ayah, so we can see that it is better if we stop and better if we continue, or which mean or the wakaf itself is there is not related to the meaning itself, which mean we can continue or we can stop. For example, like wakaf jais. So that is really behind why there is what we call wakaf sign itself. Okay, so for this one, like actually me myself also encouraged about it. It is a sin if we continue it, because in the book it said that for this sign it is must stop. We must stop there. So it is not a sin, but the meaning will be changed a little bit, and it is like not good, not good for us. Actually, that's for the first one, Nim. Okay, so and then okay, the next one is lam alif. So also for this one, we shouldn't stop here. We shouldn't stop here. Like I said just now, actually, that is the reason why we shouldn't stop here, because the meaning itself might change the what if we stop there, it might change what the verse want us to understand. So like it might make some the verse seem shiri or others. So and even in the book it said that if we stop there, it is considered as a bad stop, bad wakaf. And it said if we stop there, like we bukan, if we stop there because of macam kita tak cukup nafas kan, stop there. But we need to take the kalimah before and continue, because actually stop there is it make the meaning is quite bad. So and actually we shouldn't stop there, except that the terpaksa. So if we stop there with terpaksa, we should stick one kalimah before and continue. And for this one, we should try to continue the recitation lah. For example, like قل أحل لكم الطيبات وما علمتم من الجوارح. For example, like we continue, and for the next one, هل يستوي هو ومن يأمر بالعدل وهو على صراط مستقيم. And also وجعل لكم السمع والأبصار والأفئدة لعلكم تشكرون. So, like I said, it is not a sin if we stop there. Okay, but it is like it just make the meaning, it just change the meaning or make the meaning like quite bad. So that's why there is a sign that you should not stop there. So that's for lam alif. So like I said, for this first one is we must stop there, and the next one is we shouldn't stop there. Never start at this sign. And if we happen to stop here, so we should take like one kalimah or two kalimah before, and then continue the recitation. Okay, for the third one, Jim or Jais. So this one I said both is fine. I mean, if we stop, fine. If we continue, also fine. I mean that yeah, the meaning itself, if we stop, also okay. If we continue, also okay. So for this one, we can choose. We can choose if we want to stop or we want to continue. For example, like فكلوا مما أمسكنا عليكم واذكروا اسم الله عليه واتقوا الله. Or if you continue, فكلوا مما أمسكنا عليكم واذكروا اسم الله عليه واتقوا الله إن الله سريع الحساب. Okay, so for the next one, for example, like Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. ولله غيب السماوات والأرض. Or we can actually continue. ولله غيب السماوات والأرض وما أمر الساعة إلا كلمح البصر أو هو أقرب. So actually this one is quite simple. We can choose you want to stop or want to continue. Gym. The sign gym. And the next one is So'lam ya. Like I said, actually it is shortened from Wasal al-Wasal al-Awla. Which means that we continue is better. So but we still like we can stop here, but continue is better. Okay, so for example, Sunnatarajim. ختم الله على قلوبهم وعلى سمعهم وعلى أبصارهم غشاوة ولهم عذاب عظيم. So we continue is better. But still if we not have the long breath to continue, so we still can stop there and just continue with the next kalimah. And then for the second, وبشر الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات أن لهم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار كلما رزقوا منها من ثمرة رزقا قالوا هذا الذي رزقنا من قبل فأتوا به متشابها ولهم فيها أزواج مطهرة وهم فيها خالدون. So for example, if we notice the wakaf sign itself occur when the verse is quite long. Like the verse is quite long. So we might find where we want to stop. So there's come the wakaf sign. But okay, so for this one, So'lam ya, we continue is better. Continuation is better. In contrast with the next one is Qaf lam ya, al-waqaf al-awla, mean that stop is better. So like if we see this, we just stop. Okay, so, because stop is better. But still we can continue. Continue. There is no, it is not wrong to continue, but stop is better. So for example, for this one, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. وإذا قيل لهم آمنوا كما آمن الناس قالوا أنؤمن كما آمن السفهاء. ألا إنهم هم السفهاء ولكن لا يعلمون. Also for the next example, وبالحق أنزلناه وبالحق نزل وما أرسلناك إلا مبشرا ونذيرا. So that's stop is better. We still can continue, but stop is better. It is quite different from meme because meme we must stop there. But for this one, it is better to stop. So actually quite different from meme. Okay, and then for this one,
Idlan, so can I
okay.
ask from the previous page just now? on the verse, actually this is different symbols, different signs on the verse of 107, whereby we can see there's an underline mark there on the kalimah or ayah of kul aminu bihi aw la tu'minu. What does it mean of that? Because sometimes we do some come across with this underline mark on certain verse in the Quran. Do you have any idea what does it signify for us?
Really, for me myself, I'm not really sure about the line itself.
Is it
Mm.
something to do with a symbol of sujud? I mean, it's related with sujud, or because I do realize that sometimes after that symbol, there was a continuation of, I can't know what symbol, but there's like symbol of sujud, something like that.
Sujud.
Is it that it's a reminder for us that we can perform sujud after recitation of that few verses? I'm not sure. I'm just asking. Maybe
Yeah,
we can reach out
I'm
later,
still
right?
not really sure, but because I think if there is like for the sujud, there is like sign like the mosque, like
Mm-hmm.
uh, but for the under for this one, for the like this underline sign, I'm not really sure about what's the meaning behind it.
Right.
But I think it is not related to the what we call it is related to wakaf or not. I think not. Uh,
Right. Thank
but
you very
the
much.
reason behind it, I'm not really sure.
Right.
Sorry. Okay. Okay, so for this one, actually we encounter quite a lot. But I think from what I searched, it is not that much in Quran, like uh 4 to 5 place in Quran have this sign. And actually we encounter this sign in the second verse of Al-Baqarah. So like I said, the principle here is which we need to choose which one we want to stop. We cannot stop at both sign, or if we or the second choice is we just continue. We didn't stop at all. So for example, like and from Island, actually it said that for this one, if we stop at the first or we stop at the second, the meaning is because the meaning of the verse is like uh, kira macam okay lah maksudnya. For example like ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. So if we stop at fi, so you say that this kitab have no like ada keraguan di dalamnya, hudan lil muttaqin. So petunjuk kepada orang yang bertakwa. Okay, so if we try to stop like dzalikal kitabu la raib fihi hudan lil muttaqin. Okay, so is it that this kitab tiada keraguan, and the next one he said that fihi hudan lil muttaqin. In this kitab there is petunjuk bagi orang yang bertakwa. So we can say that if we stop at any of this one, the meaning is like macam lebih kurang, and we still can choose that we just continue without stopping. So but we shouldn't stop at like we stop at the first sign and then we start at second sign. So it is wrong way to read it. Okay, so for example like for for Al-Baqarah, ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين. The next one, ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين. So it is correct. Either one is correct. So for the example number 2, قال فإنها محرمة عليهم 40 سنة يتيهون في الأرض فلا تأس على القوم الفاسقين. Or the second one, then قال فإنها محرمة عليهم 40 سنة يتيهون في الأرض فلا تأس على القوم الفاسقين. For the third choice, قال فإنها محرمة عليهم 40 سنة يتيهون في الأرض فلا تأس على القوم الفاسقين. So that is the correct way to read it. Also for the third example, so in Surah Al-Ma'idah, يا أيها الرسول لا يحزنك الذين يسارعون في الكفر من الذين قالوا آمنا بأفواههم ولم تؤمن قلوبهم ومن الذين هادوا سماعون للكذب سماعون لقوم آخرين لم يأتوك. Okay, so for example, like we stop at the first stop. Also, like I said, we can choose we want to continue and stop at the second stop. Or the third choice, we just continue without stop at any of this. So this one we call is wakaf ta'annu, and that's the correct way to read it. We should stop only at one. We should choose one and stop there, and or we can just read it without any stop. Okay, so hope everyone clear about for this one.
I think,
And
but if I
okay,
can add, I think on this page on Surah Al-Ma'idah that you shared just now, I think it's a good example as well for the sign of wasal here, because you mentioned that if it's the verse is quite long, maybe there will be a
yes, correct.
sign of that sol. So I can see there's a few there, so that we can also
Yeah,
choose we can stop there, right? If we do not want to stop at the three dot symbol just now, either one of the we can choose to stop at that symbol of sol.
it's- because correct zero because if we see like if the verse is short,
Mm,
so if we like we can read it
mm,
in one way, and when we stop, it is actually at the end of the verse. So the meaning is there is no change in the meaning. But if
mm,
the verse is quite long, and we ourselves like we didn't master the like the Arabic, so we didn't know like if
mm,
we stop here, does the meaning change or not? So that's come the sign of wakaf,
mm,
and actually it's quite helpful lah.
mm,
Helpful
mm,
for us to like we want to choose where we want to stop. But still,
mm,
there is some part in Quran like actually there is the verse is quite long, but the wakaf sign is actually quite far from the starting of the ayah. So that's where we need to learn. But what I say it is what we call wakaf and ibtida. Wakaf and ibtida, which means that where we want to choose to stop and how we want to continue back. So actually, on that part is quite long, and I'm not quite master about it. But maybe we can learn from the other ustaz lah about where we want to choose to stop. Actually, that's another topic, and I think it will be quite long.
mm,
But yeah, actually, for this one, we can see there are many wakaf sign here. Like we have wakaf ta'annu, and then so'lam ya, so'lam ya, and then jim jim, and then jim and so'lam ya. So we can choose we want to stop or we want to continue. It's quite helpful for us. Okay, so actually we have the last one, which is saktah. So saktah is quite different from what we call as wakaf. Actually, it is like one of the special sign in Quran, and even special sign in what we call our riwayah, which is riwayah Hafan Asim. Okay, actually, for the saktah in riwayah Hafan Asim, it is not that much in Quran, like maybe 4 to 5 example in Quran, but in other riwayah. Okay, for this one is for like general knowledge. For other riwayah, actually they use saktah quite a lot. Okay, I will explain about the saktah. Okay, for the last one is saktah. Saktah is we call as a slight pause without taking any without any breathing. So how we want to understand is like, okay, so you see my hand, like we think this as a block or as a book. Okay, so the meaning of saktah here is that, okay, for example, like I read the first one, waqila man ra. Okay, waqila man. Okay, so look at my hand. So waqila man raq. So I understand like actually this my breath. My bro apa? Uh, this is my breath. So how we read it? Waqila man raq. So like when we stop, we didn't take any breath. But actually we that's why I made this example because I think more it is easier for us to understand what's the meaning of sakta here, because the sakta is not that we walk off and like some people read it like waqila man raq. So it is wrong because sakta is waqila waqila man raq. So that's this is our breath. So like we stop breathing, but and then we continue. Okay, waqila man raq. So that's how we read it, sakta. Actually, for this one is in Surah Al-Qiyamah. Waqila man raq. So that's the first example, sakta. And for the next example is in Surah Al-Kahfi. Okay, so it is quite special lah for Surah Al-Kahfi because we can see actually the sakta sign is actually in the end of the ayah. So for this one, actually we can choose. We want to read it like normal, like we just stop there. وَلَمْ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ عِوَجًا. We just can stop there. Or if we want to read it as sakta, just so we read like الحمد لله الذي أنزل على عبده الكتاب ولم يجعل له عوجا قيما لينذر بأسا شديدا من لدنه ويبشر المؤمنين. Okay, so I hope everyone can see how we read sakta. So actually, I think for me, how we want to understand sakta better, like I said lah, if we remember like there is a book and then we make it stand and we release it. So that how the sakta, which means the book just will be dropped. Which means also for like for our breath, we didn't take any. Even though we stopped for a little bit, but we didn't take any breath lah. So that's how saktah mean. And actually for riwayah Hafan Asim, for saktah we read saktah when this one when we have the scene, the scene sign. So we read saktah. Actually, in Surah Yasin also we have, if we slash in Surah Yasin also. Okay, so I think it's for Saktah lah yang it's quite hard for us to understand because maybe we not familiar with it. So I will repeat again. So okay, so for the first example, okay, وقيل من راق وقيل من راق. It is not that. وقيل من راق. No, it is not waqaf. It is saktah. I mean, we stop a little bit. Start. We stop in a short time without taking any breath. وقيل من راق. So الحمد لله الذي أنزل على عبده الكتاب ولم يجعل له عوجا قيما لينذر بأسا شديدا من لدنه. Actually, for this Surah Al-Kahfi, actually, the first verse is quite long. Actually, we just can choose whether we want to read it as saktah or we just want to stop there. We can continue because actually the saktah itself in the end of the ayah. So we can choose whether we want to just stop or we want to read it as saktah. And if we want to read it as saktah, so the correct way is that we stop and we didn't take any breath. Okay, so I think that's all for the
Sorry, Brother Idlan, can we go back to the Saktah slide just now? So meaning that if the Saktah sign is at the end of the verse, we can actually choose either to proceed with Saktah, we just got
yes,
to stop there. I see. But
yes,
in the middle of a verse or kalimah, like in the second example, وَقِيلَ مَنْ رَاقٍ, we need to make
we
or we
need
need to pronounce the slight pause without
yes,
continuing breathing. Okay,
yes.
how can I ask a question? What is the duration for the pause? Is it 1 second? Is it one haraka? What will be the duration?
So,
The way that you pronounce just now, is it like 1 second? I mean, it's about one haraka.
mm,
Yeah.
okay. For that one, uh, I also not
Or just meaning that as long as there is a pause, that is fulfill the requirement to for that sakta.
okay. I'm not really sure the
Okay.
duration. Maybe I will
Yeah,
uh seek the I
yeah,
will
but
ask my teacher back.
sure,
But
sure.
itu juga.
When you mentioned just now that without breathing means that we already take our breathing, we already hold our breath. We just no need to take another new breath while pausing that sentence,
Yes,
right? So we
yes.
just like when we start Quran, we already take we hold our breath. So we just keep on that breathing phase without stop, without renewing the breathing phase, and that's just make a silent pause, right? I found out that for myself, for that Surah Al-Kahfi verse 1, it's quite difficult for me to make a saktah there compared to Waqaf, because it's quite long actually when we continue. Right. So I think it's such a good relief to know that it's okay not to take saktah when it's at the end of a verse. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Idlan.
I think that is for wakaf. Like we have mim, lam alif, jim, so lam ya, qaf lam ya, then the three dot sign and also sakta.
Mm.
So actually okay. So this one might be just for general also. If we notice in other riwayah, we usually hear this one during Ramadan. In Ramadan, and we can see the imam is from the overseas. For example, like uh, Egypt or Mecca. So sometimes they read it using another riwayah, and in another riwayah, uh, actually they read Saktah quite a lot. So okay, and that's one for like info je lah. Maksudnya we ourselves we just need to follow our riwayah, riwayah Sama Asim. And for Saktah, just when there is the sin sign, so we will read Saktah. And maybe you can observe during this Ramadan. So maybe some imam from the overseas that read using another riwayah. So we'll notice they tend to they have slight pause and continue. The pause and continue. Actually, this one also Saktah, but for general knowledge, actually it is not important for us to know. It's good for us to know lah. Because actually in this world, actually they have many way we want to read Quran. Actually, what I get from my teacher said that actually where the riwayah come from. Okay, so if we notice at first, the Quran itself is just at the like from where Rasulullah SAW lived. So like all of people there is Arabic, so they can read Arabic well. So when the Islam is what you call expand, so and then go to many nation like to the Rome, to the like Parsi, to the Egypt. So there like they can't there is not that fluent in Arabic, and some of them like cannot read Arabic well. So that's where come the riwayah. But it is acceptable because like uh one of the like representative from that place, they come to Rasulullah and they read it and Rasulullah approve. So which means that okay, so it is approved for them to read like that because they are from like they have limitation. And that's where come the actually I think seven or actually quite a lot lah riwayah in this world. But most people use what we learn lah, which is riwayat Hafan Asim. Actually, that's one also general knowledge lah. Because sometimes we might confuse why like in Egypt or in like Morocco they really quite different for us from us. So that's the explain better. But we at Malaysia, okay, we at Malaysia we what we because obligated to learn is this riwayah Hafan Asim. So I think that's all lah for maybe this is our last session.
But like you just flip back to the slide of the list of wakaf sign just now. I think for those that might have a problem of mixing the meaning or probably have a difficulty in memorizing all these signs, I think the way that I can approach that, I need to memorize the meme sign and the lam alif sign because there is a word of must and can there. So it means that it's a compulsory for us to know that you must stop at this sign when there is a meme and you cannot stop when there is a lam alif. And the rest I think is like is like macam harus. It's like it's something that is not really compulsory or something that you can choose, and sometimes is because it's more related. I think, and the reason why there is a certain sentence or certain words that you must stop and you can't stop is because of it can change the meaning. Like I mentioned just now, my brother Idlan. So I feel that for those that feel that it's quite a lot and difficult to memorize, at least you must know that there is a meme which is must stop and lam alif sign that you cannot stop. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Brother Ilan. So I think it's more than crystal clear for me. I feel like I'm much more confident after this when I'm going to meet this small important signs on Al-Quran in Al-Quran. And inshallah, actually by understanding this, I feel is helping me in order to continue my breathing as well, while reciting the Al-Quran so that I have good breathing energy while pronouncing that verse. Okay, with that, I think we end our first part of this session. We're going to proceed with the recitation of Al-Quran instead in Surah Al-Baqarah, right, Brother Idlan? Okay, so tonight we're going to recite the verse starting from verse number 7, right, until 11. Yep.
Verse number 6 until 11.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الذين كفروا سواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون. ختم الله على قلوبهم وعلى سمعهم وعلى أبصارهم غشاوة ولهم عذاب عظيم. ومن الناس من يقول آمنا بالله وباليوم الآخر وما هم بمؤمنين. يخادعون الله والذين آمنوا وما يخدعون إلا أنفسهم وما يشعرون. في قلوبهم مرض فزادهم الله مرضا ولهم عذاب أليم بما كانوا يكذبون. وإذا قيل لهم لا تفسدوا في الأرض قالوا إنما نحن مصلحون. صدق الله العظيم.
Oh, thank you, Shaiful. I think in terms of tajwid, but there is no, it is good, I think, and no mistake. But maybe for the recitation part, because okay, for in the verse number 9, like they read like يخادعون الله, like and it is the ha itself, like it is not clearly pronounced. So okay, so like I know that we want to read we try to kita nak bagi lancar kan, tapi but we still need to pronounce it one by one. So like يخادعون الله والذين آمنوا وما يخدعون إلا أنفسهم وما يشعرون. We pronounce it one by one.
The
Shouldn't like
kalimah
skip
Allah.
the يخادعون الله والذين.
Inshallah. Thank you very much, Brother for that reminder and correction. We would like to listen from Brother Idlan for this recitation from these verses.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. إن الذين كفروا سواء عليهم أنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون. ختم الله على قلوبهم وعلى سمعهم وعلى أبصارهم غشاوة ولهم عذاب عظيم ومن الناس من يقول بالله وباليوم الآخر وما هم مؤمنين يخادعون الله والذين آمنوا وما يخدعون إلا أنفسهم وما يشعرون في قلوبهم مرض فزادهم الله مرضا ولهم عذاب بما كانوا يكذبون وإذا قيل لهم لا تفسدوا في الأرض قالوا إنما نحن مصلحون.
Allahul Azim. Alhamdulillah. So that the end of the second part of our last session for tonight. So now we would like to open this opportunity for any viewers, any participant to recite the same verses together with us. Anyone would like to volunteer to recite these verses?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الذين كفروا سواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون ختم الله على قلوبهم وعلى سمعهم وعلى أبصارهم غشاوة ولهم عذاب عظيم ومن الناس من يقول آمنا بالله وباليوم الآخر وما هم بمؤمنين يخادعون الله والذين آمنوا وما يخدعون إلا أنفسهم وما يشعرون في قلوبهم مرض فزادهم الله مرضا ولهم عذاب أليم بما كانوا يكسبون وإذا قيل لهم لا تفسدوا في الأرض قالوا إنما نحن مصلحون. صدق الله العظيم.
Thank you very much to our important participant, regular participant, Brother Izwan Razali, for recitation. Any comments from Brother Idlan?
I think it is a good recitation. The tajwid part, I think no mistake now. Yeah, I think
Alhamdulillah.
it's a good recitation.
I think if there's an award for the best participant that will maintain in for the past series, I think will be given to Brother Izwan Razadi for joining this session for the previous session as well. Alhamdulillah, thank you very much, Brother Izwan. So Alhamdulillah, I think like I mentioned just now, so this is the last minutes of our 14 series, Brother Idlan. So I would like to thank very much to Brother Idlan. I will represent IOHK and Kulliyyah of Medicine for willing to be the sharer for this Tajwid. I do believe the responsibility of becoming the Tajwid sharer is very huge. It's quite heavy on your shoulders. And I think we do not want to make a false interpretation by all that we're going to replace a formal teacher and student series. It's actually not. It's just one of the platform to increase our knowledge and revision of the theory part of the section of Al-Quran, and one of our ways to increase the awareness and also to increase the spirit of reflection of Al-Quran among our community in IUM, specifically Kulliyyah of Medicine. So it's like a reminder. And for me, I need to learn more from a specific teacher. And I hope that this session benefits all of us, not only for this segment for 2023, as we already know that it's been recorded, it's available at any time via YouTube. So inshallah, I do believe that this session will be sustainable and can be watched by any generation. Inshallah, even after you graduated, Brother Idlan, your juniors can watch this as well. And I think one of the another plan or another future plan that we can do is that I would like to compile your sharing into an ebook. So you will be the author, and I'm going to edit the ebook, and inshallah we're going to publish that as an ebook, and everyone can read that as one of their reference, not as a main reference, but as just a light reading for them to view in a different perspective from our own style. But the content is, I think, probably just to inculcate and to increase their stimulation to read further from the other big reference and also from their own teacher. So with that, no words can describe my thankfulness to Brother Idlan and to all our participants here, Brother Izwan, as well as the other participants from any platform that you watch, either in YouTube, Facebook, or even in this live section. I have nothing to say except thankful, and I pray that Allah bless all of you for helping me and for helping all of us in sharing and giving the knowledge of the basic recitation of Al-Quran. Any last word from you, Brother Idlan?
So maybe the last part. I think for the theory, for the tajwid, I think we have cover much. But for the for the makhraj huruf or how we pronounce it, I think I didn't cover it. So maybe I think this video is quite good. Boleh dengar tak?
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
من المؤنم أني بابي بوبب بوبا بني ببن
So
من المبن
like
مبيبا
for
بني با
this video, actually it is one way for us, actually for me myself, actually use this method lah for practice our pronunciation for each letter, because I think for this one it's quite easy and it's quite fun for us to train our makhraj huruf, because actually in the letter itself there are some huruf that we seem like similar, like sa and sin, like the sound is quite similar, but actually the way we pronounce it is actually different. So maybe I didn't have time to teach about or share about the makhraj huruf. I think this video quite good for us to train. Like we just follow the method he used. Actually, he used for each letter.
توبت توتا تنتت من المتنمة
But still,
تنتنتا
if we want to learn more, like how we read each letter, so then we can learn from the other teachers or even in YouTube. But still, I think his pronunciation is quite, and if we can see the his mouth, it's quite good. Like for myself, it is really helpful for me to pronounce each letter correctly.
So
I
it's
think
like a
that's the
practice, but it's like a practice and forcing our
yes.
tongue and also our mouth,
Yeah.
our mucosa, our muscle in our oral cavity in order to pronounce it correctly according to what this ustaz or this teacher trying to show us
Yeah.
from the visualization of his mouth projection as well as the voice. Thank you very much, Brother
Yes.
Idlan. I think I think we not highlighting about this in the beginning of the session, and we hope that if one of us can going back to our teacher and do some revisions on the pronunciation of certain of the makhraj and huruf. Thank you very much, Brother Idlan, for your
I think that's
last
all.
word. Any further hopes about our program in future that you would like to share?
So actually me myself still learning. I'm not that uh that excellent, but maybe I just know a little bit more about the theory behind the tajwid itself. But like I said just now, uh, the theory itself still like still different when we try to practice it. So that's why I said it is important for us to learn the theory about how and why it's occur. But when we want to read it, we still need to read in front of our teacher so that we can correct the way we read it. We know that we need to read it like six harakah, but we still don't understand much about how we read it, except that we hear from our teacher. So still that one is important. And also like we can see that many of our participants actually from the like maybe age 30 plus, age 30 plus. Yeah. Also, like I said, some people they say they afraid. Some of they say they malu
Yeah.
to learn how to read
Yeah.
Al-Quran because they said they are older.
Yeah.
They are like usually people like people from the primary school learn how to read Al-Quran.
Yeah.
But still, like I said, read Al-Quran, um, we still need to learn. I said, even at least we can read Al-Fatihah correctly
Yeah.
because it is like everyday punya everyday recitation in our solat. But okay, and some people say that it is hard for the people with age 30 plus to learn because their tongue maksudnya dah keras pun. But still, actually, there are many cases where people start to learn from the age like even 50, but still they can catch up because they are keen to learn. And I think nowadays there are many like classes that open for elderly, and even actually my teacher herself, she said that she still go and learn with her her teacher that more expert, even at age 50. So we shouldn't be shy, and we need to know that it is important. So as we as Muslim, we need to know how to read Quran correctly. And nowadays there are many initiative, online classes,
Yeah.
or even at masjid itself have class for the uh, adult. That's all.
I would like to echo that what Radina mentioned is that I think there is no such term as late or it's already wrong time for us to start a new learning process in terms of Al-Quran or any new knowledge regarding Al-Quran. And I think what COVID-19 have teacher is that we now learn more about virtual class, so we can also learn from our one-to-one teacher session by virtually if we feel that we're unable to go a certain place. So I think there is a lot of Iklan and also a lot of channels that they provide for the audience to join the class virtually with the respective scholar. So I think it's quite similar with what we already conducted, but this one is much more specific and much more teacher student oriented in terms of the platform and also the curriculum. With that, I think one again to Brother Idlan for his sharing and his knowledge about the basic hukum on tajweed and also his experience of reciting the Al-Quran. And I really hope that your attitude can be one of the example of your colleagues and also from other community in IUM regarding the spirit of sharing knowledge. By sharing, we learn 1,000 times and it's going to start in our mind much better. For the audience and also for the followers of our program, inshallah, starting January 2024, we're going to have another continuity of this program known as How is Your Taranum? I know that our Tajwid is still in the learning process, but inshallah, we venture into another spectrum of learning. We're going to learn how to recite Al-Quran according to proper music and also proper sound, according to the lagu and also to the taranum. And inshallah, the sharer will be Brother Muaz Razi, one of the champion and also one of the a good person, already won in second place in the national program of Tilawah and Hafazan, which I think he's one of the good person that can share his experience, also his knowledge with us. And again, it's not going to replace a teacher role and scholar role in teaching us about the Tajwid and Taradum. It's one of the spectrum to increase our motivation to learn and recite and more. With that, I would like to apologize for any mistakes or any incompetency from my side to all. And I hope that this session already give benefits to all, not only for today, but also in future. With that, Assalamualaikum, and we'll end our session with Satu Al-Fara. Thank you everyone. Thank you Brother Idlan. InsyaAllah ada rezeki jumpa lagi in next program. Assalamualaikum.